So oftentimes in relationships, we find ourselves triggered and then we project it out onto others and say, hey, if you weren't doing this, if you weren't like that, if you didn't say this, blah, 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 then I wouldn't feel like this. Well, that's not true. Because it doesn't matter who you're with, you can leave that relationship, you can leave wherever. That friend, that whatever. Try to run away from your kid, try to run away from your mom and dad. The energy remains. And no matter where you go, there you are. The energy just changes clothes. Oh, look, I left that ex-husband and got a new one. Whoa, and everything's so wonderful. And then all of a sudden, they start like showing up as themselves. And you're like, I gotta run again. And we keep on doing this cycle of running from our own reflection. The trigger is in us. We are the ones that have the wound. See, somewhere in the past, you had something happen, and because you hadn't really fully established your identity yet, you took it very personal, and you begin to internalize it as, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not this, or I'm whatever your thing is. And that unresolved energy, it remains. And now every time we get around somebody that mimics that behavior or comes close to it, it sets off our trigger. And as we're triggered, we then go on this reactionary, like, just tirade. We're like a little reactionary tyrant, for real. We go around and we just go, stop being this way so I can be at peace. Wait a second. What if I was just at peace? Can I not just be at peace and you be as you are? If I don't vibe with you, then I can just leave, right? See, no matter how another person is being, that cannot affect how we choose to respond. See, if we were responding, we could choose to be or whatever, let it go. But often we're just running the loop of reaction because that's how we initially handled whatever happened to us, the original wound that happened in our childhood or wherever. We didn't know we had a choice. So we just reacted. And that became our program of when this happens, we react. And we continue to do that and spew it on other people. As you begin to heal the triggers and wounds, you then find out that no matter how anyone else is being, their behaviors, their actions, what they say, whatever, it doesn't affect you. It has no power over you. You have a choice. Am I going to react to this with negativity and just and or hurt and pain, or am I going to respond to it with love because when I say respond with love, it's allowing. True love is allowing. Sometimes we get it twisted that love is this romantic type whatever we saw in these movies and books and stuff, but love is unconditional. Love allows exactly as you are. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, what you've done in the past, what you will do. You have that same choice and freedom. Do I have to be there and allow you to be you and hurt me? No. If anything, I set a boundary and say, hey, no, not me. And I walk away. But no matter what you do, I still see you. I see that underneath all that is probably pain and sadness and a desire to be seen and heard. So, as I personally begin to work through my own triggers and wounds, I found that no matter what's going on around me, what they are doing, I'm unfazed because I am the one in control or in the master of my own reactions, my own responses, the way that I choose to be after someone says a hurtful thing to me. Do I choose to take it personal, like, oh, they hurt my feelings, they call me this? The only way that would even affect me if I had a wound in me that believed it was true. See, if I believed I was no good and someone made a comment that validated that self-belief that I'm no good, then I'm going to react. I'm no good. I know I'm no good. I'm never good enough for anyone. But if I know my worth and my value, that I am more than enough, I'm worthy just as I am, I don't have to change anything. Now, do I desire to have a more progressive life that's constantly evolving and growing and I'm becoming more expansive and better and better and better each and every day? Of course. But right now, as I am, I'm worthy. I'm perfect as I am. Now, I will change. It's the natural course of evolution and the expansion of consciousness. We're gonna change and grow. But right now, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. I am as I am, and that's more than enough. And when I truly, truly, truly realize and know that nothing anyone says can have any effect of me, because I don't allow it to. So we gotta begin to look. Whenever we get triggered, why am I triggered? Where is this coming from? Why? Why am I feeling this way? What was it about that has created this reaction inside of me? And when you trace it back, usually it comes back to mom and dad or somebody else or somewhere in your childhood or past. But all you gotta do, feel it and heal it. You feel it and it heals it. It releases. Don't be afraid to cry it out. Scream it out. Punch it into a pillow or something healthy. But when you notice yourself triggered, maybe even say, hey, I'm feeling a little triggered right now. I gotta step away. If you want to, you can give them a warning. Hey, I'm feeling this way. And if they keep trying to keep you there, hey, they're poking a bear. But you can say, hey, I need to step away for a minute, because you're aware. The more aware you become of your triggers, when you begin to notice them come on, you can pull away and say, I need to go be with myself. And you're withdrawing, not in the same way as you used to escape. I gotta get away from this. No, you're intentionally withdrawing and going away from the energy so that you're not projecting and blaming and this and that, and you're going and turning your gaze inward onto yourself. Where inside of me may this be? Where inside of me is the trigger, the wound that is allowing this to cause these reactions? And as you begin to inquire, as you begin to ask those questions of yourself, you can trace it back and you can begin to heal it, feel it. It may bring up the emotions, allow it to come up and release. And as you begin to release it, you forgive, because you can see that where that came from, look, you've been doing the same thing. And it's not like, well, if my mom and dad didn't do this, then I wouldn't be doing this. But you are doing that. So how can you be a hypocrite and say, oh, that, because you're doing what they did, and reverse engineer it, and you see that, oh, maybe they had parents that were like this, and it created this, and then this, and it's a chain reaction. Doom, doom, doom. Everybody's always kicking it around until one says, wait a second, I don't want to do this anymore. And you begin to heal it, release it, and forgive the past energy. As you heal and forgive that energy and let it go, and it releases and dissipates, never again will it plague you. People can act a fool around you. People can act a damn fool. But you keep your cool. Blessings.